Success. It's a word that often gets associated with wealth, fame, or achieving monumental goals. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what does true success really mean? Is it merely about crossing items off a to-do list or reaching the highest peak of your career? Or is it about something deeper, something more personal? What if success isn't just defined by external achievements, but by the journey you take to get there, the growth you experience along the way, and the inner peace you gain through it all? Today, we're going to explore a different approach to success, one that involves more than just hard work and ambition. It's a path paved with focus, discipline, and mindfulness. These three elements don't just help us reach our goals, they help us grow into the individuals we aspire to become. They are the quiet, yet powerful forces behind every successful person, helping them stay grounded, overcome obstacles, and stay committed even when the road gets tough. So let's take a step back and rethink what success means. Together, we'll dive into how focus, discipline, and mindfulness can not only help us achieve what we want, but help us become who we were meant to be along the way. Mindfulness is the practice of paying deliberate attention to the present moment, without distraction or judgment. It is a simple concept, yet it holds profound power in shaping the way we experience life, especially when it comes to our ability to focus and succeed. In a world brimming with noise, interruptions, and endless tasks, mindfulness serves as an anchor, bringing us back to what truly matters. At its core, mindfulness is about awareness of what we're thinking, feeling, and doing in any given moment. It is not about clearing the mind entirely or finding a state of complete stillness. Instead, it is about observing our thoughts and emotions as they arise, allowing them to flow without being swept away by them. This practice involves observing the present moment, recognizing its transitory nature, and not getting caught up in the distractions of past regrets or future worries. Through mindfulness, we develop the ability to fully engage with our surroundings and actions. Whether it's eating a meal, having a conversation, or working on a project, mindfulness asks us to be fully present. This presence fosters clarity and deepens our connection with the world around us. It enables us to focus on what is in front of us, without our attention splintering into 1,000 directions. In the context of achieving success, mindfulness is an invaluable tool. Success, as we know, doesn't just come from hard work or talent. It also requires the mental clarity to make decisions, the patience to stay the course, and the ability to overcome setbacks. Mindfulness cultivates this clarity by helping us cut through the mental clutter that often clouds our judgment. By staying present, we can better evaluate our options, focus on the task at hand, and respond thoughtfully to challenges rather than react impulsively. Moreover, mindfulness teaches us to be compassionate toward ourselves. It helps us recognize when we are being overly critical or self-sabotaging and encourages us to approach ourselves with kindness and understanding. This self-compassion can be transformative, especially when facing obstacles. Instead of being overwhelmed by feelings of failure or frustration, mindfulness allows us to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and openness, embracing them as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our success. The act of observing ourselves in the present moment also brings a heightened awareness of our thoughts and actions. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to our habitual reactions, those automatic responses that often arise without conscious thought. These reactions may include procrastination, self-doubt, or stress-induced behaviors that hinder progress. By noticing these patterns, we can begin to make conscious changes, choosing more productive and aligned actions that bring us closer to our goals. Furthermore, mindfulness helps us better manage our emotions. Emotions are often seen as powerful forces that can take over our decision-making and influence our actions. However, mindfulness encourages us to recognize our emotions as temporary states that don't have to dictate our behavior. We become more skilled in observing emotions like anxiety, frustration, or excitement without letting them dictate our responses. This emotional regulation is essential for maintaining focus and discipline in the pursuit of success. When we practice mindfulness, we also learn to embrace the present moment as it is, without needing to change or manipulate it. This acceptance of the present moment, free from judgment, allows us to let go of perfectionism and unrealistic expectations. Instead of stressing about how things should be, we develop a sense of peace with what is. This internal peace is essential for staying focused and disciplined, as it reduces the mental noise that often distracts us from our work and goals. Lastly, mindfulness fosters a sense of connection, not just with ourselves, but with the people and world around us. By being present, we become more engaged in our interactions with others, fostering deeper relationships and more meaningful connections. Whether in personal or professional settings, this connectedness helps us work more effectively and create a supportive environment for success to flourish. In sum, mindfulness is not merely a passive practice, but an active and transformative tool that shapes the way we live, work, and achieve. It helps us focus on the present moment, navigate challenges with clarity and resilience, and approach our goals with a balanced mindset. By cultivating mindfulness, we strengthen our ability to be fully present in all aspects of life, laying the foundation for success, both in the tangible achievements we strive for and in the inner peace we cultivate along the way. Focus is the act of directing one's attention to a specific task or goal while filtering out distractions that might pull us in different directions. It is a skill that many believe is inherent, yet it is, in fact, something that can be cultivated and strengthened with time and practice. Focus is critical in every area of life because it allows us to channel our mental energy into what truly matters, whether that is completing a project, solving a problem, or engaging in a meaningful conversation. Without focus, our energy becomes scattered and our efforts diluted, making it difficult to achieve anything significant. In the pursuit of success, focus plays a vital role because it helps us maintain clarity of purpose and stay aligned with our long-term goals. Success is rarely a result of random efforts or haphazard actions. It requires intention, commitment, and sustained focus over time. It's easy to become distracted by the noise of life, the constant flow of information, interruptions, and demands from others. But in order to truly succeed, one must learn how to shut out that noise and give their full attention to the task at hand. The importance of focus lies in its ability to bring clarity and prevent mental overload. In our modern, fast-paced world, our minds are constantly bombarded with information. The digital age has made it easy to multitask, but research has shown that multitasking is a myth when it comes to productivity. The human brain does not function well when switching between tasks constantly. Each time we shift our attention from one thing to another, we lose a bit of mental energy, and our performance suffers. Focus allows us to combat this inefficiency. By focusing on one task at a time, we use our cognitive resources more effectively, resulting in better outcomes in less time. However, focusing is not just about ignoring distractions, it is also about sustaining that focus over time, especially when tasks become monotonous or challenging. The road to success is rarely a straight line. There are ups and downs, periods of high motivation, and moments of doubt. In these times, focus is what helps us keep moving forward even when the end goal seems distant. Success often requires a long-term commitment, and without focus, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture and get caught up in immediate setbacks. To achieve focus, it's essential to cultivate habits and environments that support this state of mind. For instance, creating a designated space for work can help signal to the brain that it's time to focus. Similarly, practicing time management techniques such as the Pomodoro technique, where you break your work into intervals of focused effort followed by short breaks, can improve concentration. These strategies train the brain to stay on task and develop a habit of sustained focus. Over time, the brain learns to prioritize and avoid distractions more efficiently. Focus also requires an understanding of where our energy is best spent. Often people find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer number of tasks they believe they need to accomplish. However, not all tasks are equal. Successful individuals are able to focus their energy on what truly matters, those high-priority activities that bring them closer to their goals. This requires a certain level of discernment. It's important to regularly assess which tasks contribute meaningfully to success and eliminate those that don't. Equally important to focus is the ability to block out distractions. The world is full of interruptions, emails, phone notifications, social media, and more. These constant distractions can fragment our attention and reduce our effectiveness. One key to developing focus is learning how to limit these distractions. This might mean turning off phone notifications, setting specific times to check emails, or even creating a no interruption rule during focused work sessions. When we actively manage these distractions, we can maintain a higher level of concentration on the task at hand. Focus is also deeply connected to the concept of presence. When we are fully present in the moment, we are naturally more focused. Being present means we are not thinking about the past or worrying about the future. We are immersed in the now. This sense of presence allows us to give our undivided attention to the task in front of us. Many people struggle with focus because their minds are cluttered with thoughts about things they cannot control, regrets from the past, or anxieties about the future. Mindfulness practices, such as breathing exercises or meditation, can help cultivate presence and in turn improve focus. By training our minds to return to the present moment, we learn how to channel our attention more effectively. Finally, focus is a muscle that gets stronger with regular practice. Like any skill, it requires consistent effort and patience. In the beginning, it may be difficult to stay focused for long periods, but with practice, the ability to focus becomes more natural. As we continue to build this muscle, we begin to see its effects in all areas of our lives, from work and productivity to relationships and personal growth. Success, in many ways, hinges on our ability to remain focused, especially when faced with challenges or distractions. Those who can maintain their attention and stay aligned with their goals are more likely to achieve lasting success. In sum, focus is the bedrock upon which success is built. It allows us to direct our energy, make meaningful progress, and stay committed to our goals even in the face of adversity. The key to cultivating focus is not just avoiding distractions, but also creating an environment and mindset that supports sustained attention and presence. Through dedication and practice, focus becomes a powerful tool that propels us towards success, making the journey not just possible, but deeply fulfilling. Discipline is often seen as the bridge that connects intention to achievement. It is the quality that allows individuals to consistently act in alignment with their long-term goals, regardless of how they may feel in the moment. While motivation may come and go, discipline remains steadfast, pushing individuals to take necessary actions even when they are tired, frustrated, or distracted. It is what keeps one committed to their purpose, despite the obstacles and temptations that arise along the way. At its core, discipline is about developing habits that support success and consistently following through on commitments. It requires self-control, the ability to say no to distractions and short-term pleasures, and the willingness to put in effort when immediate rewards are not visible. Unlike motivation, which is driven by emotion and can fluctuate, discipline is rooted in consistency and intention. It's about making decisions today that will benefit you tomorrow, even when the immediate gratification is not present. For many, the path to success is paved with disciplined actions. Whether it's setting aside time each day to work toward a goal, sticking to a fitness routine, or working through setbacks and failures, discipline makes success possible. It's not always glamorous or easy, but it is necessary for achieving meaningful and lasting results. The most successful individuals are often those who have mastered the art of discipline, pushing through challenges and sticking to their goals, even when it's inconvenient or difficult. One of the key aspects of discipline is its connection to self-control. Self-control is the ability to resist the urge to engage in impulsive behaviors that may be immediately gratifying but ultimately work against long-term objectives. For example, in the context of health, discipline means resisting the temptation to indulge in unhealthy foods or avoid exercise. In professional settings, it may mean focusing on a task at hand even when social media, emails, or other distractions are calling for attention. In each case, discipline requires an individual to stay true to their goals and make conscious choices that are in alignment with their broader aspirations. Discipline also involves creating structures and routines that make success easier to achieve. Successful people do not wait for the right moment to take action. They plan, organize, and set clear expectations for themselves, knowing that consistency is key. This might involve creating a daily routine that includes time for work, rest, self-care, and learning. With a clear structure in place, individuals are less likely to get sidetracked by distractions or procrastinate. Discipline enables them to stick to their plan, even when the enthusiasm that initially sparked their journey has faded. However, discipline is not just about working hard, it's also about working smart. While putting in effort is important, doing so in a focused, efficient manner makes the difference between achieving success and burning out. A disciplined person knows how to prioritize their time and energy, tackling high-impact tasks first, and setting aside time for rest and recovery. Overworking without rest can lead to burnout, which undermines progress. Therefore, discipline also requires the ability to balance effort with rest, understanding that sustained progress is not achieved by pushing oneself to the limit every day. One of the greatest challenges to discipline is the inevitable temptation to give in to short-term pleasures or distractions. These temptations might come in many forms: checking social media, watching television, or procrastinating on important tasks. The key to maintaining discipline lies in one's ability to resist these temptations and remind oneself of the larger, long-term goals. It is not always easy to say no in the moment, but discipline teaches individuals to think beyond immediate desires and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. There is also an internal aspect to discipline, the ability to stay motivated when external rewards are not immediately apparent. The process of working toward a goal, especially a long-term one, often involves moments of frustration or doubt. Discipline helps individuals persist during these times by reminding them of their purpose and why they started in the first place. It is the inner strength to keep going even when the results are not yet visible, and it is what separates those who eventually succeed from those who give up too soon. Moreover, discipline fosters resilience. When setbacks or challenges arise, disciplined individuals do not give up. They view these obstacles as part of the process and find ways to work through them. They do not allow temporary failures to define their journey. Instead, they use setbacks as learning experiences, adapting their strategies and continuing to move forward. This resilience is a key component of success, as it allows individuals to stay committed to their goals in the face of adversity. Ultimately, discipline is a mindset. It's about adopting a way of thinking that values consistency, responsibility, and long-term success over instant gratification. It involves not only the ability to act in alignment with one's goals, but also the mental fortitude to stay the course, even when it's difficult. Developing discipline takes time and effort, but once it becomes ingrained in a person's life, it becomes a powerful force that drives them toward success. It's the engine behind achievement, the determination to persist, and the quiet power that enables individuals to turn their dreams into reality. Discipline is not just a tool, it is the foundation upon which lasting success is built. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in enhancing discipline by fostering self-awareness and emotional regulation, both of which are fundamental to staying focused and committed to long-term goals. When we are mindful, we develop a heightened sense of awareness regarding our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which helps us recognize when we are veering off course or making decisions based on impulse. This awareness enables us to redirect our attention and actions more effectively, making disciplined behavior not only possible but sustainable over time. At the core of mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment. Often, we find ourselves caught up in distractions, whether external, like social media or an unexpected phone call, or internal, such as racing thoughts or worries about the future. These distractions pull us away from our objectives and make it difficult to stay disciplined. Mindfulness helps mitigate this by encouraging us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By observing these thoughts rather than acting on them, we can resist the urge to indulge in distractions or succumb to unproductive impulses. For example, instead of impulsively checking your phone when you should be working, mindfulness allows you to recognize the urge as just a thought and make a conscious decision to ignore it. Furthermore, mindfulness cultivates emotional regulation, which is essential for maintaining discipline, especially in challenging situations. Emotions such as frustration, boredom, or anxiety can derail our focus and hinder our ability to stay on track with our goals. When we practice mindfulness, we learn how to sit with these emotions without letting them dictate our actions. Rather than reacting impulsively to negative emotions, such as giving in to the urge to procrastinate or abandon a task when it becomes difficult, we can acknowledge our feelings and choose a more productive course of action. For example, if you feel overwhelmed by a task, mindfulness teaches you to recognize that feeling without judgment and to take steps to manage the stress, whether through deep breathing, taking a break, or breaking the task into smaller, more manageable steps. Mindfulness also helps improve self-control, which is a cornerstone of discipline. Self-control is the ability to resist short-term temptations or distractions in favor of long-term goals. It is easy to give in to immediate gratification, especially when tasks seem tedious or when we are faced with distractions that promise instant rewards, such as checking email or watching a YouTube video. Mindfulness strengthens self-control by encouraging us to pause and reflect before acting on impulses. It creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing us to make more intentional, thoughtful decisions rather than simply reacting to the present moment. This pause is what enables disciplined behavior, as it gives us the time to assess whether a decision aligns with our long-term goals or whether it is a temporary distraction that will hinder our progress. In addition, mindfulness helps us manage our expectations, which can often be a barrier to discipline. When we set unrealistic goals or expect immediate results, we can become discouraged when progress is slow or obstacles arise. Mindfulness allows us to approach goals with a sense of acceptance and patience. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to focus on the process rather than fixating solely on the outcome. This shift in perspective helps us stay disciplined, as it reduces frustration and increases our willingness to persist through challenges. Rather than becoming discouraged when we don't see immediate results, mindfulness teaches us to recognize that progress is often incremental and that the process itself is valuable. Another way mindfulness enhances discipline is by reducing stress, which can be a major hindrance to sustained effort. When we are stressed, our ability to focus diminishes and our motivation often wanes. Stress can lead to procrastination, burnout, or avoidance, all of which undermine discipline. Mindfulness helps reduce stress by encouraging us to stay grounded in the present moment. Through mindfulness practices such as deep breathing or meditation, we can activate the body's relaxation response, lowering stress levels and improving our ability to remain calm and focused under pressure. This state of calm allows us to approach tasks with a clearer mind, which enhances our ability to stay disciplined and take consistent action toward our goals. Moreover, mindfulness fosters a non-judgmental attitude, which is crucial for maintaining discipline over time. Often, when we slip up or fall short of our goals, we become overly critical of ourselves, which can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, or frustration. These emotions can demotivate us and make it harder to get back on track. Mindfulness, however, encourages a compassionate, non-judgmental approach to mistakes. Instead of beating ourselves up for a failure, mindfulness helps us acknowledge it without self-criticism and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. This attitude reduces the fear of failure, allowing us to stay disciplined even in the face of setbacks. Lastly, mindfulness promotes a sense of alignment between our values and actions, which is essential for staying disciplined over the long term. When we are mindful, we become more aware of our core values and what truly matters to us. This awareness helps us make decisions that are in line with our long-term objectives, which enhances our commitment to discipline. For example, if one of your values is health, mindfulness helps you recognize when you're making decisions that support that value, such as choosing healthy foods or engaging in physical activity. When our actions are aligned with our values, discipline becomes easier to maintain because we are acting in accordance with what is most important to us. In summary, mindfulness is a powerful tool for strengthening discipline. It enhances self-awareness, emotional regulation, self-control, and stress management, all of which are crucial for staying committed to long-term goals. By cultivating mindfulness, we are better able to resist distractions, overcome challenges, and stay focused on the path to success. As a result, mindfulness doesn't just make discipline possible, it makes it sustainable, allowing us to achieve our goals with greater ease and fulfillment. The interconnection of focus, discipline, and mindfulness creates a powerful synergy that can drive individuals towards success. These three elements are not isolated but work together to enhance each other, providing the mental clarity, consistency, and emotional regulation necessary to achieve long-term goals. Focus, discipline, and mindfulness complement one another in a way that makes sustained effort not only possible but deeply rewarding. Focus is the mental act of directing attention toward a specific goal or task, cutting through distractions and maintaining clarity of purpose. However, focus alone is not enough to bring success. Without discipline, our focus may waver, and we may struggle to take consistent action. Discipline acts as the structure that supports focus. It is the ability to stay committed to the goal, even when distractions arise or the initial excitement wanes. While focus sharpens attention, discipline ensures that attention is sustained over time. Together, they provide the mental fortitude required to work through challenges, setbacks, and periods of fatigue, all of which are inevitable on the path to success. Mindfulness enhances both focus and discipline by fostering self-awareness. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in real time. This awareness helps us recognize when our focus begins to slip, or when we are being pulled away from our goals by distractions or negative emotions. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment, allowing us to return our attention to the task at hand without getting caught up in distractions or self-criticism. This ability to refocus quickly is a key component of both focus and discipline. Rather than allowing distractions to derail our progress, mindfulness helps us reset and return to our objectives with clarity and calm. Furthermore, mindfulness strengthens discipline by promoting emotional regulation. One of the biggest challenges to maintaining discipline is the emotional turbulence that can arise when things get difficult. Feelings of frustration, boredom, or self-doubt can lead to procrastination or impulsive behaviors that pull us away from our goals. Mindfulness allows us to recognize these emotions as temporary states, preventing them from controlling our actions. By accepting and observing emotions without letting them dictate behavior, mindfulness enables us to stay disciplined, even when faced with emotional obstacles. This emotional regulation creates a sense of inner stability that allows us to remain focused on our goals, no matter what external challenges may arise. Focus, discipline, and mindfulness also work together to help us maintain motivation. Motivation is often seen as the driving force behind goal achievement, but it can be fickle, fluctuating based on external circumstances or our emotional state. Focus and discipline provide a stable foundation for action, even when motivation is low. Focus allows us to break down tasks into manageable steps, making the process feel less overwhelming. Discipline ensures that we take consistent action even when motivation wanes. Mindfulness, in turn, helps us maintain a positive and non-judgmental attitude toward our progress, instead of getting discouraged when things don't go as planned or when motivation is lacking. Mindfulness helps us stay present and focused on the next step, creating a sense of calm perseverance. Another way these three elements support each other is through their role in managing setbacks. Setbacks and failures are inevitable on the path to success, but how we respond to them determines whether we continue to make progress. Focus allows us to stay clear about our long-term goals, reminding us of the bigger picture when things don't go as expected. Discipline ensures that we keep moving forward despite setbacks, pushing us to keep working toward our objectives. Mindfulness helps us respond to setbacks with resilience. Rather than becoming overwhelmed by negative emotions or self-criticism, mindfulness encourages us to accept the situation, learn from it, and move forward with renewed determination. This combination of focus, discipline, and mindfulness creates a balanced response to challenges, enabling us to persist even when things go wrong. Moreover, mindfulness enhances the overall quality of our efforts. When we are mindful, we are fully engaged in the task at hand, which improves both the accuracy and efficiency of our work. This mindfulness-driven focus leads to better results and a deeper sense of satisfaction. It is not just about checking off tasks, but about being fully present and engaged in the process. Discipline, when combined with mindfulness, also becomes more sustainable. Without mindfulness, discipline can feel like a struggle or a burden. But when we practice mindfulness, discipline becomes a natural part of our routine, seamlessly integrated into our daily lives. We are not just forcing ourselves to stay disciplined, we are practicing it with awareness and intention, which makes the process feel more effortless. The interplay between focus, discipline, and mindfulness also extends to our personal growth. These elements help us build resilience, cultivate a growth mindset, and develop greater self-compassion. Mindfulness encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. Focus allows us to direct our energy toward the areas that need improvement, and discipline ensures that we remain committed to continuous growth, even when progress is slow. Together, these elements create a framework for personal development, where success is not just about achieving external goals, but about becoming a better, more resilient version of ourselves. In sum, focus, discipline, and mindfulness are inseparable in the pursuit of success. Focus provides the mental clarity to direct attention, discipline ensures that action is taken consistently, and mindfulness cultivates the self-awareness and emotional regulation necessary to maintain both focus and discipline. These three elements create a powerful synergy that allows us to stay committed to our goals, overcome obstacles, and continue growing on our journey toward success. When combined, they offer a holistic approach to achievement, one that is grounded in the present moment, driven by intention, and sustained by inner strength. Success is often viewed through the lens of achieving external goals, such as professional accomplishments, financial gains, or societal recognition. However, true success goes beyond these visible markers to include a sense of personal fulfillment, growth, and inner peace. It is about achieving a balance between our ambitions and our well-being, where external achievements align with our internal values. Mindfulness plays a central role in shaping this holistic view of success. It encourages us to focus not only on what we want to achieve, but also on how we want to feel in the process and what kind of person we want to become. At the core of success is the ability to set meaningful, long-term goals that resonate with our values. Mindfulness helps us gain clarity about what truly matters to us, so we can pursue goals that are aligned with our deepest desires, rather than external expectations or fleeting ambitions. When we approach success through the lens of mindfulness, we are less likely to be swayed by superficial markers of success, such as material wealth or status. Instead, we are motivated by the desire to live authentically, cultivate meaningful relationships, and contribute to causes that resonate with our values. This deeper sense of purpose fosters a more fulfilling and sustainable path to success, as it is driven by intrinsic motivation rather than external validation. Additionally, mindfulness fosters a sense of gratitude, which is essential for measuring success in a more balanced and authentic way. In a world that often encourages comparison and competition, it's easy to get caught up in the belief that success is about having more than others or constantly striving for more. However, mindfulness invites us to pause and appreciate what we already have. By cultivating a daily practice of gratitude, we are reminded that success is not solely about acquiring new things or reaching new milestones, but about recognizing and appreciating the present moment and the progress we have already made. This shift in perspective allows us to feel successful in the here and now, rather than postponing feelings of success until some future achievement. Success also involves overcoming challenges and setbacks, and mindfulness plays a critical role in how we navigate these obstacles. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and success rarely follows a straight path. Setbacks, failures, and disappointments are inevitable, but how we respond to them determines our ability to persevere and continue moving forward. Mindfulness helps us respond to challenges with resilience and equanimity, rather than becoming overwhelmed by negative emotions such as frustration or self-doubt. Mindfulness allows us to view setbacks as part of the learning process. It helps us maintain a sense of calm, allowing us to assess the situation objectively, learn from the experience, and adjust our approach as needed. This ability to embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock is essential for long-term success. Moreover, mindfulness enhances our emotional well-being, which is an integral part of success. Many people equate success with external accomplishments, but true success is also about maintaining emotional balance, mental clarity, and overall well-being. When we are mindful, we are better equipped to manage stress, regulate our emotions, and avoid burnout. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, breathing exercises, and mindful movement help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation. This emotional resilience allows us to approach challenges with a clearer mind, making better decisions and maintaining our focus on long-term goals rather than being derailed by temporary setbacks or stressors. Another key aspect of success is the ability to maintain discipline and consistent effort over time. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in strengthening discipline by helping us become more aware of our habits, thoughts, and behaviors. When we are mindful, we notice when we are veering off course or giving in to distractions, and we can consciously redirect our attention back to our goals. Mindfulness helps us stay committed to our objectives, even when the process feels difficult or when immediate results are not visible. It encourages us to stay present and take small, consistent actions each day, which over time compound into significant progress. Furthermore, mindfulness encourages us to embrace a growth mindset, which is essential for long-term success. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Mindfulness helps us cultivate this mindset by allowing us to recognize when we are holding ourselves back due to limiting beliefs or fear of failure. It teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as threats to our self-worth. With mindfulness, we develop the self-awareness to identify when we are doubting our abilities or avoiding challenges, and we can take proactive steps to reframe our thoughts and beliefs, embracing the idea that we can always learn and improve. In relationships, mindfulness also plays a significant role in creating success. Success is not just about individual achievements, but also about the connections we form with others. Mindfulness enhances our ability to be present with others, listen actively, and communicate effectively. It helps us build deeper, more meaningful relationships, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or clients. These relationships contribute to our overall sense of success as they provide support, encouragement, and shared experiences along our journey. By practicing mindfulness in our interactions, we foster a sense of connection and empathy that strengthens our relationships and enriches our lives. Ultimately, Success is not a destination, but a journey, one that is shaped by our ability to stay present, remain focused on our goals, and navigate challenges with resilience and grace. Mindfulness helps us achieve success in a way that is aligned with our values, enhances our well-being, and allows us to appreciate the process rather than just the outcome. When we approach success with mindfulness, we can achieve our goals while also maintaining a sense of inner peace, fulfillment, and balance. This holistic view of success allows us to live a life that is not only successful in the traditional sense but also meaningful and deeply rewarding. In conclusion, the interplay of focus, discipline, and mindfulness forms the foundation for achieving true success. These elements work together to enhance our ability to remain dedicated to our goals, navigate challenges with resilience, and experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. Focus sharpens our attention, discipline ensures consistent effort, and mindfulness brings clarity and emotional balance. By integrating these qualities into our daily lives, we can create a path to success that is not only about external achievements but also about personal growth, well-being, and lasting satisfaction. Success is not just about reaching a destination, it is about embracing the journey, learning from setbacks, and continuously evolving. As you continue on your own journey towards success, may you remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is an achievement in itself. Stay focused, remain disciplined, and practice mindfulness to stay aligned with your goals. Believe in your ability to grow and embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve. Good luck on your journey, and thank you for taking the time to reflect on these powerful elements of success. May you find peace, progress, and true fulfillment in all that you pursue.